Welcome to today's high-energy audio recap. Today we are diving into an incredibly insightful conversation hosted by Nikhil Kamath. Joining Nikhil are three heavyweights in the digital space. We have Umang Bedi, the former CEO of Facebook India and co-founder of Daily Hunt. We also have Aprameya Radhakrishna, the co-founder of Coup. And rounding out the panel is Tanmay Bhat, one of India's biggest digital creators and comedians. Nikhil kicks things off with a wild observation about the recent trend of people urinating on airplanes. The group agrees it boils down to a bizarre mix of heavy intoxication, entitlement, and attention-seeking behavior, particularly in business class. Shifting gears to the digital world, Tanmay points out that humans are inherently driven by validation. He notes that the invention of the like button and the retweet completely gamifies human interaction. Building on that point, Umang dives into the neuroscience behind this shift. He explains that social media platforms are masterfully designed around the human brain's craving for dopamine. Essentially, platforms give you a digital pat on the back to keep you hooked. And while you get your dopamine hit, the platform monetizes your attention, turning 10 minutes of your scrolling into massive ad revenue. Furthermore, Aprameya chimes in to say that social media simply amplifies offline behavior. We have always wanted to show off our vacations or new clothes, but doing it online provides instant reactions. Tanmay adds that this stems from a primal human need for safety, as we constantly hunt for validation from our digital tribes. Moving into the darker side of social media, Umang shares a deeply unsettling personal story. After simply chatting on WhatsApp about a hotel in Jodhpur, he immediately saw an ad for that exact hotel on Facebook. This sparks a conversation about how deeply platforms mine user data. Umang heavily criticizes the algorithm's tendency to create massive echo chambers. By repeatedly showing users content that aligns with their existing biases, these platforms polarize society just to keep people swiping. To combat this exact issue, Aprameya and Umang share their philosophy for their own platforms. They avoid forced sign-ins and rely on a content graph rather than a social graph. This means introducing diverse perspectives using AI rather than just trapping users in a feedback loop. Aprameya even reveals a radical idea where they literally pay users a portion of their ad revenue just for spending time on the app, alongside introducing premium subscriptions for creators. Taking a quick trip down memory lane, the group dissects why Facebook crushed early platforms like Orkut. They agree it came down to privacy controls like friend requests and securing a critical mass of just 7 friends to hook a user for life. Fast forward to today, and TikTok is eating everyone's lunch. Umang explains that TikTok does not even need to know your friends. Instead, its AI instantly analyzes your viewing habits and serves up a hyper-personalized, dynamic feed that feels like flipping through endless television channels. Pivoting to the creator economy, Tanmay shares his own playbook for going viral, which started way back in 2009 on Twitter. He reveals that riding the wave of topical news, sharing contrarian opinions, and tapping into high emotion or nostalgia are the ultimate keys to massive engagement. However, when it comes to getting paid, Tanmay praises YouTube. Unlike Instagram, YouTube treats creators like professionals, offering substantial ad revenue splits that can run into the millions of dollars for top global creators. Adding some global context to the mix, Umang notes that the Chinese population averages a staggering 2.5 hours a day on short video apps. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia boasts a mind-blowing 98% TikTok penetration rate. Finally, bringing the conversation to a deeply personal close, Nikhil shares the meaning behind his new tattoo. It's a letter B that serves as a reminder of his own mortality, helping him stop worrying about the distant future and start living in the present. Building on that vulnerability, Umang reflects on his own life.
He openly admits to being incredibly shallow in his past, constantly chasing titles and money until he hit age 40. Eventually, he walked away from being the highest-paid tech CEO in India to start his own venture. He recalls surviving a terrifying near-bankruptcy in March 2020, a humbling experience that stripped away his ego and taught him to value authentic human connection over superficial success. And that's a wrap for today's recap. Thanks for tuning in, and keep your momentum high. Until next time.